So you've joined us on a rather rainy day. It's a rainy Friday evening.
Yeah, it's miserable today, but we're going somewhere special. We're in Shoreditch, heading to Dishoom, one of our most favorite places in London. Love the chain, love everything about it. It's my first time going to Dishoom, but yeah, let's see how it is.
The entrance is at the back end of the building, so we've just walked all the way around, and we'll show you now. Actually, let's walk through the entrance.
So it's going to be 30 minutes away for a table.
So that's the back entrance. Right, so it's a 30-minute wait on a Friday evening around 7 p.m. And we were told that it'll be 15 minutes in the queue and then 15 minutes at the bar, which is, I think, quite fair.
Yeah, for a Friday. Yeah, not too bad.
We've not really booked a table, so...
And the chai is here.
I love.
Complimentary chai.
Honestly, our claim to fame, and one of the reasons we're recording is we've been to every Dishoom.
Oh, really?
And this is why we keep coming back.
Oh, welcome back. Do you guys have any allergies, by the way?
No allergies, no.
Real. Enjoy, guys.
Perfect, thank you.
So that queue lasted no longer than 5 minutes. Every time we come to Dishoom, they're really well organized. They always look after the customers, and they're mindful about those people waiting to be seated. You're never just an afterthought. It's never just a case of, oh, well, wait a second and let's just clear some tables. Like, they acknowledge you, which is all people want. Very basic customer service, but not everyone does it. Yeah. And this is what Dishoom does really well. We got told there's some new additions to the menu, which I think both of us are quite looking forward to. If I've got another channel called Mr. A Travels. We've done a few Dishoom videos there. And this is the first time we're doing one jointly and tag teaming it. And believe me, guys, this isn't the first one. There'll be loads more coming because we love Dishoom. All right, cool. Lovely. Look behind you, Mars. You got a great.
So we've been to quite a few Dishooms countrywide and across London as well. Typically in each Dishoom there's a chef special, so each location has got a unique dish. So over here in Shoreditch we've got the prawn patio, and that looks really interesting. It looks like, yep, ginger, garlic, lime juice, all of my favorite things. I think we'll be getting that for sure. Sweet, tangy tomato masala, and yeah, that looks really good. I don't usually order prawn at restaurants, but we're going to go for this one today, I think, because it looks incredible. So let's get into it.
Right, the drinks are here. So Ahmad, what have you got?
So I got the Kalakata Sherbet. This is made from kokum fruit juice, and the reason I got this because kokum fruit is native to Western India. It's got a bit of a sweet or soury taste, and it's also mixed with that chili and citrus as well. So I imagine that this is going to be quite tangy. So with that said, I've never had kokum fruit before, so let's see how it is. Oh, there's literally a party going on in my mouth right now. That is a combination of sweetness, tanginess, spice, like all meshed together. But it's really good though.
So I've gone for something slightly different. I've gone for a crystal clear mojito. It's a mocktail. Comes with this wheel of lime that's dried. It has a lot of strong flavorings. You can feel the mojito sort of flavoring. The lime comes through. The most notable taste is the cardamom, so that gives it that Indian sort of taste, signature to Dishoom and all their drinks. Would I recommend this? It's good as a starter. If you're thirsty, you've come from outside, just want something to get yourself started with before you go crazy, start with this. It's easy to start with. We've gone for the lamb samosas. This is what they look like, and they come with a beautiful assortment of chutneys. So you got tamarind, you got mint, and I've always wondered what this one is. It's like a orangey sort of chutney. We'll find out in a bit, but I like to get a bit of everything on my plate. and then give it a good dip and a decent mouthful. So let's go. It's not overly spicy. It's hot. It's fresh. The phyllo is really crispy. I don't know what else there is to say. It's a good samosa. If you want samosa, you're not going to be disappointed. Let's get to the next starter.
Right, so here we are. We've got the okra fries, and honestly, this is a Dishoom staple right here for a starter, because I think no Dishoom meal is complete without okra fries. So let's give this a go. With that being said, let's give this a go. Dip it all in the sauce. Oh, brilliant. So this is actually, I don't know if you can see, it's coated in something called basin, or I think it's chickpea flour. They coat it and it gives a good crispy taste. It's deep fried, it's got a crisp, and you can definitely taste the okra. It's not too strong, but it's such a good snack. Honestly, you feel like you can just eat this and eat this and eat this. Really good if you're looking for a vegetarian option as well.
Hi guys, this one is our house chaat and it's very delicious. This is my personal favorite dish. You must try this one.
Mine too.
Yes,
Thank you. Yes. So, I love this dish, and as Disha, our waitress, was just saying, it's the house chart. This stuff is everything you want it to be. Sweet, tangy, Moorish, sweet potato, pomegranate, beetroot. You never think these flavors would work together. The moment you stick this in your mouth, no pun intended, you'll see how good it is. Anyway, let me show you while I mess the presentation up. Some of that sweet potato, some of that beetroot, carrot, all wrapped in a sauce. The sweet potato is so soft, it melts. It allows the other flavors to really come through, and then you're just hit with an explosion of flavors one after the other. So you may think it's too many ingredients, but it's not. This is how a chaat should be. Starters completed. So second round of drinks, gone for the Indian Coke and the Indian lemonade. I tell you what, let's get Amar to review his limca.
This is the limca, very popular in India. Let's give this a go. Oh. I don't know what to make of that. I need to have another sip. Hold on. I can see why this is popular, but to me, it tastes like a... I'm going to be brutally honest here. It tastes like a rubber mat. It's got like a really rubbery taste, and I can't get past that. I think you're going to have to try this and see if you agree. It's got like a rubbery taste. Right?
I see what you mean about the rubbery taste. It's really hard to pinpoint what it is, because once the lime taste goes and it fades very quickly, it's a bit like rubber. Yeah, it's really hard to pinpoint what that taste is. It's not like Thumbs Up. Thumbs Up is basically a Coke, but with a shit ton of sugar. Excuse the French. But this is why I love this stuff. It's like a child's dream when they're all hyped up eating sweets. Oh, I do love it though. Thumbs up. All right, food is here. Yes. Lovely.
And cheese naan.
Cheese naan. Nice. Thank you. Good.
So we've got the chicken biryani. As you can see, it's coated in a pot. they put flour around it and they seal it, so it's cooked in the oven.
Yeah.
So what this does, this actually seals in all of the flavors. So let's give this a, oh, that's hot. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Got raisins, biryani, you've got chicken pieces, and that's going to go really well with the raita as well. Let's give this a quick go. Don't want to have too much because I'm going to save some for the wife.
Acho que agora
Oh.
você pode fazer com a
Excellent. The biryani is quite strong. The thing is, biryani usually tastes good the second day you make it. But with this method of cooking, it seals in all of the flavors. Love the sweetness that's coming through from the raisins, and then mixing it with the yogurt. It's all meshing very, very well together. Love it.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
We're gonna have to do a second take, I think.
Butter paneer. So I'm currently dishing out the Matar paneer, and it's one of my favorite dishes for the mains that I order when I come to Dishoom. I always have this with the gunpowder potatoes,
Which are right there.
I'm going to try it with something that we've not tried yet, the cheese naan. So let's give this a go. I've got a bit of the raita as well because I do love this yogurt mix with the cucumbers, whatever else they got in there. When people say too much cheese is never a bad thing, this is a good example of that. You got the paneer, which is a cheese, and you got the cheese naan. Works really well. The main event, the prawn patia, is here. I'll let Ahmad explain what it is exactly.
I'm excited to try this. I think I've never had this dish before in Dishoom. Obviously it's a special, so let's see how it is. Put a couple of spaghettis in there. You've got to get that sauce. And I'm not going to grab the cheese naan, I'm going to grab, almost spilled that. I'm going to grab the rumali roti. This is what it comes with. And yeah, let's see how it is. Wow. Right. I'm processing that. It's like the prawns are grilled, they're charred. So that charred taste is coming into the curry and it's flavoring the curry. So you've got that barbecue taste sort of coming through. This is a very unique dish. I've never really had something like this before. It's sweet, just the right amount of spice, not too overpowering, but yeah, this is out of this world. Amazing.
Right, so I've made a bit of a kebab roll out of this prawn patia, but it comes with a good generous dose of onions with the romali roti, which is soaked in ghee or butter on the inside. Beautiful. We tasted it by itself just now. It was lovely. Let's try it all together. Echoing what Ahmad said, exactly. That sauce, that whatever sauce they've done there, it's very tomatoey, a bit more spice with a flavor profile on this one. The grilled prawns really do come through, and it's like when they grill tandoori chicken and when they throw like a good sauce over it. That's what makes it taste so interesting. And you wrap it up with some really light and fluffy roti, especially when it's got the ghee on the inside. Put some onions on there, and it just all culminates to a beautiful mouthful. So just a quick one, as we said earlier, if you're ordering your mains, please don't miss out on the gunpowder potatoes. Just essential to helping bring everything together on the plate. In the same way, you're not going to miss out on the okra fries for starters. You want the gunpowder potatoes for the mains. This has been a staple since we've been coming to Dishoom, well, since 2012. For a long, long time. Since around that period. And it's a must. It's well spiced potatoes. It goes really well with everything else that we're doing here. What else is there to say?
So I'm putting in some yogurt here that comes with the gunpowder potatoes. It goes really well because you've got all the different herbs and spices, onions, you've got spring onions. That spring onion's really fresh, it comes through very well. And they're just flavored really well. They're light, they're fluffy, and they go well with anything you order. So this is really good, quite hearty as well. So with that said, let's have a bite. There's really nothing more I can say. That's so good. Okay, so coming to the end of the meal, I'd say we've done pretty well. We've eaten up most things. I would say one more thing on the prawn, on the chef special. Everything was excellent. Everything was brilliant. My one caveat and my one little drawback was that because the shellfish is grilled, it still has the shell on it. So I think what they need to do is remove that completely because it is going in a curry. So when you're eating it, you do get little bits in your mouth. So apart from that, everything was perfect. And then of course we've got the staples. As always, everything's brilliant. And yeah, love the cheese naan and everything, the raita. Brilliant. I'd say 10 out of 10. Incredible. Oh, I don't know if I've got room, but we'll take a look at the menu.
We always have. So, as I said, there's always room in the stomach for dessert. Now, we've got one of the most traditional desserts you can have on any Indian menu, and that is the kheer. Essentially, it's a rice pudding. This one, it comes with a slight twist. It comes with blueberry compote or jam. I'll write it in the description. We really should be looking at the menu a bit more closely. The main thing you want to know is how it tastes. So here comes the aeroplane.
So similar too, because I remember things like
Crystallized sugar, big win. It helps adjust the fruity tones from the blueberry. The rice pudding's rice pudding. You know how boring that can be. But they've I believe, it tastes like a bit of saffron. It's very interesting. I'll get you to try it now.
Oh, okay.
and nobody's ever had that.
I'm just going straight in there.
Yes.
I'll be honest, that was better than I was expecting. Because usually kheer is quite traditional, and the traditional restaurants is better, in my opinion. But this,
So where's your next holiday?
I've tried it with the topping. Oh,
So do you have plans for that?
Let's have a look at the kitchen. Oh. Okay, so that's Dishoom Shoreditch.
yeah, that was a really good meal. I enjoyed that. We didn't order too much, but the chef special was really, really good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Just that one little minor flaw that I highlighted, but yeah, so good. You know, you can't go wrong with Dishoom. Dishoom's just like
Dishoom in general.
It's in general. So
really.
it's really good. Like if you want a good Indian meal in London, this is the place to come. Especially if you're new to Indian food as well.
And there's a lot of places that are Michelin, but there's a reason why people still say Dishoom is where you'll find the best curry in London. A bit controversial, but look, like Ahmad said, you can't go wrong. And I think on that point, if you fancy a curry, go to Dishoom.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Until the next one.